Hey, welcome back to Piece of Chaos. So, if you noticed, it's been a couple weeks. Apologies there. Had a somewhat unexpected family member pass away, and had to travel for that. And it was crazy. It was good to be back in Philly for a few minutes. we really weren't there for very long. Got a good taste of it. On sort of a whim, got to go to a Phillies game at Citizens Bank Park, and I had not been to a live baseball game for a while, and the last one was a Dodgers game. Back like the first time they thought the pandemic was over, there was a July where they opened up the seats. That's kind of a funny story. I don't feel like talking about it though. Basically, there was a point in LA where the pandemic was over, supposedly, and they had been doing 6 feet apart seating, mask, I think vaccination cards and all this stuff at Dodger Stadium once they could reopen for, half the season. This was like in July, I think. So it'd been a relatively safe feeling thing to do because it was outside and, summer, and it seemed like for everything that we knew then, that was probably a good deal. And then one day they just said, you know what, we're not doing this anymore. We're going back to regular seating. And it happened like midweek. So they released all the tickets. So going to the game, you would normally have been, a few seats away from anyone else not in your party or whatever, spaced out seating. And, on Tuesday, if you went to the game, that's how it was. But on Wednesday, sold out. And I had tickets for Wednesday, and I really hadn't given it much thought, and I really hadn't been outside much during that time in the pandemic, let alone to something really big. But it seemed like a good idea, and I was like, it's a baseball game, and, me and my buddy went to the game. And the whole drive down there, we were talking and whatever, it just didn't come up. Trying to almost dismiss the pandemic and not talk about it and not think about it. But as soon as we pulled into the parking lot, I was like, man, there's a lot of people here. Oh, my God. And I knew that it was the day that everybody could come back, but I don't think I had mentally prepared for whatever, 50,000 people. From 0 people or 20 people at most to 50,000 was a big jump. So we sit down at our seats, and I mean, the anxiety is high. I may have told this story on an earlier podcast, but the anxiety was really high, and just like, oh my God. And my buddy very calmly is like, I was really surprised you wanted to come to this. I was like, I don't think I fully embraced the magnitude of sitting at a baseball game with 50,000 people when yesterday this would have never happened. It was jarring, but he was like, well, I guess we'll see if the vaccines work. I guess that's what we did. Oh, God. So I hadn't been to live baseball in a while, and I went to see the Phillies at Citizens Bank Park. What a beautiful park. One of my favorite, really, in the country. I think I've been to 16 or 17 stadiums. That might be too many. I don't know. Let me think. Because I haven't been to a lot. Like, there's a lot I've never been to. But I've been to, I feel like, a good amount. Candlestick, AT&T, San Francisco, Dodger, that's 3. San Diego, so that's 4. Coors, 6. Wrigley, 7. Fenway, 8. Camden Yards, 9. That might be it. I'm trying to think. I've never been to the New York ones for baseball, I don't think. So, yeah, 9 or 10. I thought it was more than that. I've been to a lot of baseball games, but maybe the same place over and over again. Anyway, I digress. So anyway, it was great to see baseball, but we bought just like the cheapest seats possible because it was, within a day. We're just like, should we go see the Phillies? Like, let's go see the Phillies. Why not? And so we got like the cheapest seats, and they were, at the top of the stadium. And we ended up sitting behind like a Temple University fraternity, and it was just, I was like, oh my God, I'm old. I don't want to sit around this right now. These guys are insane. And they were just being, 20, 21-year-old dudes. Like, they were drinking, they were yelling, they were having fun, being silly. It was beautiful to watch, but also just like, I am too old for this. I just want to sit and actually watch the game. And yeah, it was so interesting. But a couple things about Citizens Bank Park that, and maybe this was just, it's kind of the same at all stadiums I've noticed, and I don't know why, because Citizens Bank I feel like is maybe, God, how old is it? 20-some years old now? 25 years old? Something along those lines? Maybe 20 years old? But they screwed it up then, too. They did it at the Link in Philly. Like, there's going to be 50,000 people there. Build it as if all 50,000 have to go to the bathroom at once. It's so crazy. Like, you pay so much for the game, and that's the other thing, is like the game is now so fast, baseball, that it I don't know, the whole pitch clock thing sped up the game almost uncomfortably, to the point where if you did decide to go get a drink or go to the bathroom, you might miss at least an entire inning, maybe more, which is significant in baseball. So I felt like they should have adjusted the speed at which you could get concessions accordingly. They also have to get your money faster, so it's in their best interest to, I don't know. I was just looking at it operationally, like, why am I standing in line for so long for food, and the game goes so fast? I mean, it's, 2 hours, 2.5 hours or something now. Anyway, weird, but I definitely was like, man, I am too old for sitting this far away, and I like watching the game on TV. So I was like, okay, officially old. Obviously, in town for a funeral is not the best circumstances, obviously, but it was good to connect a little bit with the city, see my buddy Jeff real quick, and get a taste of the food. Man, Philly food is so unique and delicious, and like you just can't not eat poorly. Like, there's so much carbs and just so good. Like, even the worst cheesesteak there is so good. And the pretzels are outstanding. And you just get in that environment, it's hard not to eat all that stuff, and then you just end up feeling terrible when you're this old. Every carb is like 5 pounds, every pretzel. But it was good to be home for a couple days, hug some family, and reconnect a little bit, no matter the circumstances. So just kind of took that as the beauty of embracing time with people when you have it, no matter what the circumstances, I guess. So it was sad, but it definitely was a lot of stress and a lot of travel and a lot of logistics and a lot of moving parts, and yeah. So, but happy April, happy spring, beautiful weather right now, and I just appreciate you all. I get notes and messages, and just it amazes me that you guys listen. I appreciate it. I hope to bring you some really good stuff coming up in the next couple weeks. As far as guests go, yeah, I'm hopeful I'll get some good stuff on. Can't believe this is episode 99. I better find somebody good for the 100th episode, right? So anyway, be well. Thank you for listening, and I hope you find something relaxing to do and enjoy. Until next time, thanks. Hey, one more quick thing while I got you here. My band, my 90s cover band called Temple of the Dads, has our first show, and it's going to be a comedy/music show. So it's going to be at the Corbin Bowl. So if you're in the Los Angeles area, it's in the valley. It's in the San Fernando Valley. It's called the Corbin Bowl. Ryan Talmo and Adam Fierberg put it on, and yeah, I'm really excited about that. We've been wanting to play shows, and it's just really hard to book shows. Surprisingly, I mean, I guess, or not surprisingly, I don't know. There's a lot of bands, and we're not doing it full time. Not going after booking full time. It's a very difficult job to do. So it's kind of on us to try to piece it together. So we finally booked one, and I'm really looking forward to it. I don't think we're doing comedy, Jacob or I, but maybe at a future show we'll be on the comedy lineup too. I'd really like to get back to that. So anyway, if you're around May 13th, Saturday, May 13th, come out to the Corbin Bowl, and yeah, it's going to be fun. All right. Thanks again. Thanks for listening to Piece of Chaos. Have a great week.
So deep in my heart that you're really a part of me. Yes, I've got you under my skin. I've tried so not to give in. I said to myself, this affair ain't never gonna go too well. But why should I